Think fast. What's better than living in paradise? Many will say there is nothing better, but I bet living in paradise and getting paid good money for it is much, much better. And if you now agree with me, then I invite you to join me on an incredible journey through 6 places that are true paradises and still offer money to those who move there. Shall we go? Well, get ready for the trip, and don't forget to subscribe to the Bello Mundo channel. Let's start our journey through the old continent to discover where you can live in Europe and still earn a few pounds. Despite being the destination of thousands of people every year, several countries in Europe suffer from population shortages, especially in small cities. Over time, many people moved to the big cities in search of better opportunities, and small towns and villages began to suffer from a lack of residents. It was then that brilliant ideas began to emerge to solve the problem. Some decided to offer houses, and others went much further, even offering money. This is precisely the case of Antikythera, a small Greek island that is the perfect destination for those who love the combination of sea and tranquility. According to Wikipedia, only 68 people reside on the island, which can make the proposal even more interesting, because living there is almost like having a Greek island all to yourself. Can you imagine it? In addition to enjoying crystal-clear beaches, breathtaking landscapes, and the typical architecture of small Greek villages, whoever decides to live in Antikythera will be surrounded by history. The place has thousands of years of history, and perhaps the most interesting thing is that it was on this island that an object was found that came to be known as the Antikythera mechanism. This piece is considered to be nothing less than the world's first computer, and was created about 100 years before Christ. Well, since we are talking about computers, I'm going to tell you the prices that the island offers to those who want to live there, and then you can do the math to see if the offer suits you. Then tell me what you think in the comments. To attract residents to the island, the Greek Orthodox Church started offering a house and a monthly allowance of 500 euros. I could stop here, but there are still many other places to see before I pack my bags. So let's fly now to another part of the European continent and land in Spain, the country of flamenco, tortilla sandwiches, and empty cities. All over the country, there are hundreds or even thousands of towns that need people to continue to exist. This seems to be the case of Ponga, a small and beautiful town in the north of the country, specifically in the region of Asturias. Nestled in the heart of the Cantabrian Mountains, this small medieval village is the perfect destination for those who wish to live in a quiet place in the middle of the mountains. Surrounded by vegetation and breathtaking landscapes, Ponga is the ideal place for nature lovers and for those who want to make ends meet. According to a report published on the Spanish website of Forbes magazine, the village offers up to 3,000 euros for families with children, and up to 2,000 euros for singles or couples without children who want to help the village increase its population, which is currently around 500 people. Now I think I'm in doubt. Beach or mountain? I think I'll go where it's more economical for me. If you think so too, you'll have to wait to see our next destination, which is in beautiful, icy Switzerland. For those who don't mind the cold, the town of Albanen can be an excellent destination. It is also in the mountains and surrounded by nature, just like the Spanish town we just saw. But here, it has all the charm of Switzerland, with its snow-capped peaks and wooden chalets that can make more than one person happy. Best of all, moving to this paradise can come with a check for 50,000 euros. It's an offer you can't refuse, but beware. There is fine print and many conditions in the offer, and if you want to know more, we already have a video here on the channel where we talk about Switzerland and this offer. So let's not waste any more time. Let's continue our journey and you can watch this video later. Continuing through Europe, let's cross the Swiss Alps and move on to Italy, which is just around the corner. Italy is already famous for offering houses for €1 to those who venture to live in the country's small towns. But even so, it seems that the idea has not been enough. Maybe it's because most of the houses are real ruins and in need of major renovation. So some towns have decided to offer money to attract visitors. The municipality of Presica is offering 30,000 euros to anyone who wants to live there. In addition, the town will pay a prize of 1,000 euros for each child born there. I don't know about you, but I'm already happy with what they pay me to live there. But as my grandmother used to say, when you're in a hurry, You eat raw, so let's get to know the city a bit before making any decisions. To make it easier to find your way around Italy, if we take the classic definition of Italy as a boot, Prefettura Acquarica is precisely the tip of the heel. Surely, with that explanation, anyone can get to the city. And when you're there, take advantage of the beautiful views and the tranquility of the place to reflect and think about whether or not it's worth taking the check. The town, born from the merger of the municipalities of Prefettura and Acquarica del Capo, is surrounded by olive groves and very close to the Mediterranean Sea. But now I ask you, are there other places that can surpass those we have visited so far? We will only find out if we continue our journey, so stop your like, because we are leaving Europe and crossing the Atlantic Ocean to reach our next destination. We are now in Canada, more specifically in the province of Saskatchewan. This is a different case from the others we have seen, in which a city that needs to increase its population offers money to attract residents. In Saskatchewan, it is the province that offers the money, and you can choose from one of the 16 cities there. From the southernmost municipalities near the US border to those at the top of the map, closer to the uninhabited region of Canada. But what's in it for those thinking of moving? The province is known as the Land of the Living Sky, and all because from there you can see the Northern Lights. In addition, Saskatchewan has more than 100,000 lakes, which make anglers happy. One of these lakes is Little Manitou Lake, also known as Canada's Dead Sea. This lake is one of only 3 in the world, with a salt density higher than that of the oceans, as is the case with Israel's famous Dead Sea. But let's not lose sight of the fact that the subject of the video is the amount of money paid in these places to live there. The offer here is generous and can reach $20,000, but the truth is that it is not for everyone. The amount is offered as a reimbursement to those who study in one of the educational institutions in the province. But for those who want to stay in the region, earn money, and not have to study in Alaska can be a good option. The coldest state in the United States pays a fee each year to all its residents. The amount may not be very high and varies from year to year. Generally, the payment is around $1,200 per year, but there have been times when each resident has received more than $3,000. I think I'd buy it all in blankets, don't you? But do you know where the money Alaska pays each year comes from? Anyone care to guess? The answer is simple: oil. The fact is that the state, a major producer of this raw material, decided a few decades ago to create an investment fund with part of the proceeds from the exploitation of its reserves. Each year, a portion of the profits obtained from the investments is distributed among the residents of the region, whether they were born there or have been living there legally for at least 1 year. Even within the United States, there are other regions that offer money or benefits to those who want to move, but we're packing our bags again and heading south to get to know Chile a little better and see what we can get there. The southernmost country in the Americas is famous for the Andes Mountains, for producing salmon in captivity, and for many other factors. For those who dream of crossing a country from end to end, Chile can be interesting, but beware, make no mistake. If the crossing is from east to west or vice versa, it may be easier because Chile is one of the narrowest countries in the world, with an average width of only 180 kilometers. But if the idea is to cross from north to south, or from south to north, you'd better be prepared, because Chile is also one of the longest countries in the world. Before I tell you how much they offer for living in Chile and the conditions, let me tell you something that might make you not even want to know the price. It's no surprise that there are earthquakes in Chile, but what many people don't know is that the ones we hear about are only a small part of the ones that occur. To give you an idea, in 2022 alone there were more than 7,000 tremors, and if you divide that by 365, that's almost 20 earthquakes a day. But that's no reason to despair either, because many of them are not even felt, and besides, the country has the infrastructure and technology to withstand the vast majority of them. I just wanted to warn, because he who warns is a friend. And now it is time to know how much all this risk is worth. The country offers sums ranging from 15 to 75 million. Don't worry, don't pack your bags yet, because they are millions of Chilean pesos. It's still a lot of money. If you convert it to dollars, it is between $16,000 and $83,000. This amount is for those who have a business plan and want to set up a startup in the country. Startups, for those who do not know, are companies that are generally dedicated to innovative technologies or processes and have the potential for great growth. So, if you have a great idea, Chile may be the place for you. But if you just want to live in a beautiful place and make a little money for it, there are all the other places we have presented in this video and several others that we will have to leave for later. So subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss our next trip. Before ending the video, a brief reminder. All information is taken from reliable websites, but these things change fast, and before packing your bags and go in search of rewards, it is better to consult the official channels of each place. For those of you who have accompanied us this far, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.